Did you see what's going on? Obviously, you've seen what's going on in California. But the governor gave this creepy fucking speech where he was talking about speculators coming in and talking about what to do with the land of all these homes that have been burnt down while it's still only 6% contained. And he did this little dance like, I've been talking with these, with the governor of Hawaii about what to do. We've got some ideas. A speculator, we're gonna have some meetings. Like, he's
really?
Oh.
California Governor Gavin Newsom is now calling his city's homeless encampments unacceptable, which is odd since he's the guy who, made them acceptable, turning sidewalks into red carpet events for drug addicts, thieves, and unemployed CNN anchors. On Monday, he urged cities to ban the camps from sidewalks, parks, and other public areas. So after years of denying the problem, he's now pretending to fix it, which is like putting on a condom as you're leaving a whorehouse. Who hasn't?
It opened with confidence, the kind that usually holds. But it didn't last. Mid-segment, Gavin Newsom looked rattled, like he'd lost track of which camera was even his. Then Joe Rogan charged in, unloading fact after fact without slowing down. Right behind him came Greg Gutfeld, slicing the moment apart with jokes sharper than California's tax hikes. What followed wasn't normal criticism, it was a controlled implosion. Even Newsom's famously perfect hair seemed to lose the fight. This wasn't a debate. It was a televised breakdown in slow motion.
Nobody wants President Newsom either. Nobody believes in that guy. That guy's a fucking con man. Everything he did in California, from trying to mandate vaccines for kids to being caught public without a mask and lying about the fact that he was outdoors.
Yeah.
Nobody believes in that guy. He's just a politician. Just a stone-cold, narrative-driven politician. Nobody thinks he's a real human. Whether you like Trump or not, whether you think he's corrupt or not, that's a human being. You know what that guy is. Same thing with RFK Jr. Whether you believe that he's correct about vaccines or whether you believe his policies would be effective, and that's a human being. With Newsom, you got like this construct, this cardboard cutout of a person. I don't think people want that, but they might want it more than they want.
Cut to Newsom at the podium, spotlight blazing, posture locked, confidence dialed to maximum. He looked like a man convinced the room paused when he spoke. Then the tone flipped. Rogan and Gutfeld locked in, and the conversation instantly became demolition. Suits stayed crisp, but the hits came fast. This wasn't discussion. It was a wrecking ball smashing straight through a carefully polished political image.
Kennedy, I think the answer is yes.
Is it because of Israel? Yes. Interest rates? Yes. Too woke? Yes. It's like every bad policy that trickled up to the White House during the Biden administration started in California. That state is responsible for the worst politicians in modern history. And he's at the top of the list. And there are some...
Let's talk about Gavin. He enters every room like it's a runway for big government branding. The toothpaste commercial smile. The preloaded TED Talk phrases. Leadership that freezes the second pressure hits. He's the poster child of progressive Polish, climate slogans ready, confidence on autopilot, probably carrying awards made of recycled applause. But peel back the shine and what's left? A whole lot of performance, very little progress.
Their houses have been burned, all their childhood memorabilia, all the stuff for their kids, the photos, the fucking everything they have. Everything they have is gone. All heirlooms, their mother's wedding ring, that kind of shit. Everything's burnt to the ground. And this guy's like standing in front of all this stuff, and he's got a smile on his face, and he's talking about land use.
And the climate speeches. Endless. Enough promises to fill an organic grocery aisle. Yet California's power grid taps out at the first strong breeze. Residents are told to go electric, then warned not to charge their cars during peak hours because the grid can't handle it. Gas stoves get banned while families cook dinner by flashlight. That's not policy. That's climate cosplay. A tragic comedy where people sit in the dark and are told it's progress.
And he's the guy who thinks he's going to run for president when, so much of the state is absolutely unlivable. And so every project that he's championed, he's now trying to demonize conveniently. And people are not that dumb. Like, people have been through it in his state. They are sick of him. They want him to leave. And maybe that's why so many people around him are like, you should totally run for president. So he gets out of the state.
Yes. Move away. Tyrus, did he leave?
Rogan didn't just leave California, he escaped it. Like someone spotting a system glitch and sprinting for daylight. And who could blame him? When the state started feeling more like a survival game than a paradise, even Rogan had enough. He traded smog for Texas skies and took the loudest microphone on earth with him. The Joe Rogan Experience isn't just a podcast, it's a media giant that keeps cable news awake at night. And nothing fueled Rogan more than Newsom's lockdown logic. While Gavin dined in luxury, Rogan torched the hypocrisy so hard the echoes still haven't faded.
Down in Hawaii, you had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
With a big smile on his face. Look at the little wiggle he does with his shoulders. Speculator, watch this. Talking to Josh. Look at this. Look at this little wiggle. It's excited about the possibilities of speculators coming in. And he's saying we're move forward. We're going to move forward on that. These people lost their homes. A lot of those people don't even have fire insurance because the fire insurance pulled out of California. I think like 69% of fire insurance pulled out of California because they're like, this is too crazy. Like, you guys aren't doing jack shit to manage this. You're not clearing the brush.
Rogan didn't come alone. He brought doctors, economists, and comedians, all pointing to the same problem. California's rules made less sense than internet finance advice with cartoon filters. Small businesses were crushed while megacorporations cruised through untouched. Health mandates felt random, confusing, and always inconvenient. And through it all stood Gavin, smiling like hair gel could rebuild trust. Then came the exodus, tech companies fleeing westward dreams for reality. Rogan didn't just talk about it. He packed up and proved his point by leaving.
While Californians have lost their homes and they're still suffering from the devastation, what does Gavin Newsom decide to do? Well, now is apparently the perfect time to try and boost his popularity and essentially promote himself. He's launched a podcast. I'll play you the trailer in just a moment, but take notice. Does the trailer that he shared with the world on X, does it even mention the most horrific fire catastrophe that occurred under his leadership, partly as a result of the decisions he was making, like cutting fire prevention? No, this is his chance to talk about his image, insisting that he's no ordinary politician.
Rogan didn't yell. He didn't grandstand. He just said what people were already thinking. This isn't working. Then Greg Gutfeld jumped in, cool, sharp, surgical. He doesn't shout. He slices. Every line landed with a smirk and a sting. He looked at Newsom's glossy image and summed it up perfectly. The guy looks like a cologne ad but governs like he's playing SimCity with the screen turned off. Behind the shine. Tent cities, boarded storefronts, and businesses barely breathing.
Anything? I think there's about 100 other reasons too.
Well, you can't, it's not his words when he speaks.
Yeah.
You have to watch him closely. And some genius decided not to film him any lower than the shoulder.
Yes, did you? Yes.
So what did he do?
You couldn't see the hands.
No, but he sent Morse code.
Yes.
Go back and watch it. Look at the blinking. Blink, look. Meet me at the house. Like, he's blinking. He's sending, I'm getting there. Hey, just so you know.
But Gutfeld went deeper. His real target was the media obsession surrounding Gavin. Legacy outlets treat him like a modern icon. Great lighting, endless praise. But underneath the glow, disorder wrapped in branding. Gutfeld tore into headlines praising bold leadership while families struggled with rent, gas, and groceries. Climate buzzwords sounded heroic until someone asked who pays for them. While people sat through blackouts, officials cruised around in hybrids posing for photo ops. Gutfeld didn't just question it, he dismantled it.
When Gavin Newsom talks about California, he's like, I'm very big on California, very bullish on California. Hey, they're all moving. The only reason why they don't move is because it's too difficult to move. It's too expensive to leave versus all the bullshit with all the permits and all that. It's too expensive. Believe that he's correct about vaccines, or whether you believe his policies would be effective, and that's a human being. With Newsom, you got like this construct, this cardboard cutout of a person. I don't think people want that, but they might want it more than they want president.
Then came the knockout, Newsom's quiet White House ambition. The whispers. The speculation. Gutfeld shut it down fast. A man who can't manage one state, running the whole country. His running all right, from accountability. The jokes wrote themselves. A presidential launch built on a failing model. The sign looks nice, but the kitchen's on fire. Rogan brought receipts. Gutfeld brought heat. Together, they erased the myth completely.
California Governor Gavin Newsom has been facing major calls to resign over his appalling handling of the deadly California wildfires. And just to quickly recap, these were the most destructive wildfires the state has ever seen. More than 16,000 properties were destroyed. The cost of the fires is estimated to be more than $200 billion. And for businesses in LA County, the future is looking grim. It's projected businesses will continue to lose billions of dollars over the next 5 years.
Rogan stayed calm. No theatrics. Just facts delivered in that steady tone that hits harder than shouting. People are leaving. Businesses are closing. Homelessness is rising. I moved for a reason. That honesty landed like a velvet-wrapped sledgehammer. Then Gutfeld followed, same precision, louder spark. Logic met sarcasm. Facts met fire. Different styles. Same conclusion.
When I went there, I had a great relationship with President Xi. We got along very well. And they treated me better than anybody's ever been treated. And I said, this air is good. Do you know they closed every factory 1 week before I got there from within 200 miles?
That's like what Gavin Newsom did when Xi Jinping came to San Francisco.
He cleaned it up.
He cleaned it up. He got rid of all the homeless
Isn't that terrible
people?
in a way to think, he cleaned it up and then it became a pigsty.
Well, the dumbest thing is he said when your friends come by, when you have visitors, you clean up your house. Like, how about just keep your fucking house clean?
Can you imagine?
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Up Gavin. Well, other than my respect for his work in American Psycho, he's starting to distance himself from his party's worst ideas. Newsom, a guy who hates fossil fuels but could still bring down the price of gas by wringing out his hair, once proclaimed that his state would be a sanctuary to all who...
And suddenly, it clicked for everyone. Libertarians. Conservatives. Burnt-out millennials. Even people who swore off politics entirely. The real issue wasn't just policy failure. It was non-stop performance. By the end, it didn't matter who won. What mattered was what got exposed. Newsom wasn't debated. He was decoded. The curtain dropped, leaving filters, slogans, and empty solutions. And if history's any guide, Gavin won't reflect. He'll post another polished photo with a caption about vision. Because for him, it was never about fixing the problem. It was always about the show.